So this was supposed to come out on Tuesday, but here we are on the Thursday, and I actually have a script for this voiceover for once. And of course I'm back again with another AOR Assetto Corsa Challenge League highlights video. This is Okayama in the Ferrari 312T. If you do enjoy the video, please consider subscribing, it's free and it helps out the channel a lot. Kicking off with our first sprint race starting P12, I wasn't even in my seat when the lights turned on, hence why I got such a bot-ass start and a bunch of cars come flying past me. However, going to the first corner, this car comes flying past me on my right and takes out two cars with him to the shadow round, and I just about avoid that as I nearly smack into the back of this car in front of me. On that same lap, I have a decent battle with this car in front of me going through Redman and Hobbs as I struggle with a bit of a lag spike there, but I managed to get down his inside out of the exit of Hobbs. Now, coming down towards Mike Knight, I see that this is definitely not going to end well, so I back out and I nearly make contact with his back wheel, and coming down to the last corner I get a much better exit where I end up having a drag race with this guy down the main straight towards T1, but because I get the better exit, I'm able to get in front of him before T1 to get the move done. After the first lap, I spent the next couple of minutes trying to catch up to the guys in front of me, and the reason I'm showing you all this is to show you how long I was having to push for to get close enough to him to make the move. So it was some really good intense racing for a while, and you'll see here I actually get overtaken coming out of Williams heading down towards the Moss S. Flying down towards Harpin, these two ahead of me go side to side and I kinda backed off a little bit here before the corner, just in case if they made contact, which thankfully they didn't. And I actually had a bit of a go at the car in front of me as I continued to lag quite a bit. Although to be fair, my internet wasn't terrible during this race, which was a positive. Heading down towards Redman, I found myself on the outside of him here, and in this car with very little grip around slow corners, I knew it was going to be a very risky move. However, I just say why not and send it around the outside and nearly lose it, but there's still Hobbs and I have the inside here, and I just about managed to get the move done nicely and cleanly. I was actually quite proud of myself for that, patting myself on the back right now. I then spent the first half of the next lap trying to close the gap to the car ahead, which I somewhat managed to do. Now they don't call me the Send Master for no reason. Actually, no one actually really calls me that, I just thought it would suit in the context of the next clip. But I sent it from a decent distance away down the inside heading towards Harpin, and I actually managed to get the move done without killing myself or the other person. So pat on the back for me for that awesome move. However, like I say, it's not my video unless I don't spin, and well, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move on for that. Kinda embarrassing to be honest. So because of my mistake, I spent that lap catching the car I had just passed, and fortunately for me, this chap in front of me decided to go exploring in the sand. I don't know if he missed his braking point, but I'm sure he's hitting himself in the head for that one. And then it was back to catching the car ahead. I was pushing the car to the limit, and I'm actually quite shocked I managed to find the pace I had, as I actually managed to catch up to him after just over 2 laps. I was quite shocked with myself and happy too. Now that I caught him, I needed to get close enough to make a move on him, and I actually get my chance to do so going into Redman, and for some reason he goes very wide, not too sure why, and this time I made sure I didn't spin after overtaking him. Later in the race I made another dive into Harpin on this guy here, again quite proud of that, tapping myself on the back again, and then I caught up to this guy as well, heading down the main straight toward T1. And we actually had an awesome battle starting at T1, where I dive on the inside on him, and he might have gotten a bit scared, or just went wide by mistake, but I tried to capitalize on this and I take the inside, but he manages to find the grip again and we get into a small drag race towards Williams, where he had the inside on me, so I've got absolutely no chance here as we race through the Moss S into Atwood Curve, where I managed to get the inside, and from there, it pretty much became just a nice clean overtake going up the back straight. But again, it's my video, so of course I have to go off, and I was actually quite frustrated with myself as all that hard work had just gone to waste. But boy was I lucky as he spun coming out of Redman, so I thank the Lord for that. So So for the rest of the race I saw this man make love to the barriers and then pretty much cruise to the finish, race 1 of 2 in P8. Was really happy with my result. On to the second race, which I thought was going to be my redemption. But before I show you this joke of a start from me, just imagine the most Bottas start you can think of. You got it? Cool. I don't need to say anything, I'll just let you watch.
Go.
And already you have lost the position. Bad start. Oh no. It's really a really bad start.
Yes, Nigel, was a bad start. I
Oh,
bet
you're
Bottas could
kidding
get a
me.
better start than you in the rain, you donkey. But wait, it gets worse.
Assetto is now in the lead. Got a car on your left? In the middle, 3 wide. You are clear.
Oh
all
my
round.
days.
That's right, I completely asserted my dominance against my fellow counterpart and bullied him off the track. And I think this fellow got scared at how dominant I was and moved over. However, being the nice guy that I am, I let Ihab pass me, which you'll see later is what led to his next misfortune with me. But before that, it seemed he was getting a bit frisky with the car he was battling with.
Yellow flag.
Oh my. Oh, what happened here?
And so I thought it would be the perfect idea to join in.
How much you joined in here?
You're pulling away. The gap behind is now 6.9 seconds. Take it easy, you've got cold tyres.
And I mean, look at this beautiful 3-car train. I mean, how often is it that you get to see historic F1 cars battle it out?
The players were playing a certain way, the equipment was...
Oh, he's hit him! He's hit him! And into the wall! Bernard, right front. Damage. Right rear damage on Alessi's car.
But in all seriousness, it was pretty cool, which leads us to our next, so to say, entanglement between Ihab and myself.
I'm sending it. Oh, best believe I'm sending it.
Left side.
Oh my...
Still there.
Yeah, no, not my proudest moment. But I tried it again on my next victim, my next opponent, and it worked, sort of.
Right. I'm gonna send it again.
Your lap time was 1:30. Got a car on your left side. Clear
Oh
left.
my
Got a
goodness.
car right.
Listen, okay, when I meant it worked, I meant we didn't land in the barrier. But anyway, this led to a pretty neat battle between the two of us.
Oh. At least he avoided it. Holy crap, Nigel, what are you doing?
I tried poking at him a couple of times, and then going into Redman, I nearly sent him into the shuttle realm.
Oh my goodness.
Got a car
Oh
left. Clear
my
left.
word, I panicked. Oh my word, I did not want to hit him.
To be fair, he went through there a lot slower than I anticipated, but that's okay. I then spent the next laps trying to push the car and trying to close the gap on him, which I managed to do, usually in the corner where I catch most people, which is the hairpin. Nice and late on the brakes, and I closed the gap. I then was about to send it down the inside of him, but I decided not to kill him, and I just poked my nose, tested the waters on the inside line, and this pretty much forced me to stay with him and make the move down the inside of T1, which is what I did.
Do I send
Gap
it?
behind's increased to 8
Nah.
seconds. P12.
Sort of, I think he got scared, but I had another chance to send it down the inside of this lovely person, and boy oh boy was this upcoming battle fun.
Yellow flag. Caution. There's a car on your right side.
I'm not committing to that. Too risky through here in this car.
Yeah, going into the moss too wide with this thing, not the smartest idea to do. So then I had to do it down the back straight, going into the hairpin corner.
You there. All clear left. Well done, Nigel. Nice move, mate.
So remember when I said going too wide into the Moss S was really risky in this car and you should probably avoid doing that? Yeah, so I kinda went against my own advice and sent it. Just watch this.
Your right side. You there. They're still there. Hold your line. Clear on the right. Good pass.
Now to put it into context why this pass was so satisfying,
Come
not
on,
only did I pass on
boys.
going through the Moss S, I had been chasing this guy for about 3-4 laps, and on the second last lap I managed to get the pass with an awesome overtake here. And that was that. Finished P9 and called it a day in the AOR Challenge League.
Result.
P9, there's the checker flag.
Well, I need to apologize to everyone I hit. Hang on.